The Gospel of John. We can break down an outline of the Gospel of John's structure like this. Prologue. The book of signs. The book of glory. Epilogue. And a later insertion. That's your outline to the Gospel according to John. And as we go through it, we're going to come back again and again to this outline. As we go through the individual sections, I'll open it up a little bit further to detail the actual part of John that we're in so that you might better understand it. Basically, it's these 5 parts that I want you to be aware of. And for a while, for 5 weeks at least, we're going to be in the first part, the prologue, which scholars have called the Hymn of the Logos, a poem about the Messiah's cosmic status. Today we are in that part that's highlighted in red. The Word in God becomes the light of the world. John chapter 1, verses 1 to 5. That's what we're focusing on today. The next 2 weeks we're focusing on B and C of that outline. After about 5 weeks, we're going to get into the book of signs, which, as you can see, goes from chapter 1, verse 19, all the way to chapter 12, verse 50, detailing 7 signs, Jesus' great works, which reveal Jesus the revealer and reveal God working in him and in his word. The third part is the book of glory, which deals with Jesus' farewell discourse, or his farewell, his final farewell dinner with the inner group of his followers, and the passion and resurrection account. Chapter 13, verse 1, with the washing of the feet, all the way to chapter 20, verse 31, and the resurrection appearance to Thomas. And chapter 20, verse 31, folks, is where the original gospel ended. But then the charismatic leader of the Johannine Jesus group died, and the community perhaps began to disintegrate. So it was necessary to craft an epilogue, the fourth part in this outline, which was the group's attestation to the author's veracity, John's veracity. Why we should believe in him, and maybe also why we should get with the Petrine Jesus groups, because we're falling apart. Hence, Peter is featured there more admirably than he is in the previous chapters of the Gospel according to John. In chapter 21, Peter is made like a shepherd, like Jesus, the good shepherd. Feed my sheep and so forth, and follow in my footsteps. Finally, there is the strange later insertion, which is John chapter 7, verse 53 to chapter 8, verse 11. A story that was too good to pass up, too good to lose, that really doesn't belong in the gospel called John. It's the wonderful story of Jesus rescuing the woman caught in adultery. It is foreign to the text of John, and it was shoehorned into the text where it does not belong. That's the last thing we'll cover in this study. Here we go. John chapter 1, verses 1 to 18. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was turned toward God. And what God was, the Word also was. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him nothing was made. What took place in him was life, and the life was the light of humankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was Iones. He came for testimony, to bear witness to the light, that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to bear witness to the light. The true light that enlightens everyone was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him. Yet the world knew him not. He came to his own home, but his own people received him not. But to those who received him, who believed into his name, he gave power to become teknetheu, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of a man, but of God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, the fullness of a gift that is truth. We have gazed upon his glory, doxa, as of the only Son from the Father. Ioannes bore witness to him and cried, "This was he of whom I said, he who comes after me ranks before me, for he was before me." And from his fullness have we all received a gift in place of a gift. For the law was given through Moses. The gift that is the truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God. The only Son, who is turned toward the Father, he has made him known. And that's it, folks. Anything John wants to tell us is right there. The only additional information you'll get in this fourth gospel is in the appendix, chapter 21, the epilogue. We're falling apart. The beloved disciple who is dead. We better get with those Petrine Jesus groups. And that clumsily added, shoehorned in insertion about the woman caught in adultery, which doesn't really belong in the text.